Good afternoon, everyone. At least one person said good afternoon. Thank you. My name is Sean Ferfaro, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to the College of Engineering and Physical Sciences and the Gordon S. Lang School of Business and Economics Convocation ceremony this afternoon. Before I tell you a bit about the ceremony proceedings themselves, I just want to take a moment to help you identify your closest exit so that you're prepared in the unlikely event we have to evacuate the building for any reason today. All of our exits are marked by the green runner symbol. You can see that right above the door. For our guests seated in the bleachers, it's very simple. You head back up to the track level and you head to these doors right down here. Essentially, head for daylight. Very simple. For those of you on this half of the floor, there is a door in the back corner. You would head out that door, continue to the back corner where there is a door and a staircase that takes you up to those same doors. For those of you on this half of the floor, you have three options, two at the back, one at the front. All of those will take you to the front entrance, the same entrance you came in today. Under no circumstances, go that way. There are no doors over there. Now, back to convocation. The University of Guelph is honored by our graduates, and we take great pride in our convocation. So in order to allow full attention on convocation, we ask you to please silence your cell phones, any electronic devices, pretty much anything that could make noise. Our colleagues from Alumni Affairs are hosting a social media program developed especially for convocation. We'd ask you to please share your photos, your memories, and perhaps some advice for our new graduating students by joining us on social media and using the hashtag GuelphGrad. Convocation is a time for celebration. It's an opportunity for us to come together as a community to honor the success and achievements of our graduates. They've all worked so hard, and it's amazing that we get to share this experience with them. Shared is the key word here. We're all here together sharing a collective moment. A moment each of you will remember forever, and a moment that each of our students will also never forget. So, let's remember that and all work together to try and create a positive atmosphere that both respects and celebrates this momentous occasion. No pressure. Now, before the graduands enter for this momentous occasion, I think it would help a little bit for you to learn about our ceremony itself. So have a look at this video.
Convocation is a momentous occasion and steeped in rich history. The ceremonials used for conferring degrees have evolved over a millennium, and the gowns and hoods represent that history. The gowns for baccalaureate and magisteriate degrees are black, with the hood color differing to represent each degree program. The doctorates at the University of Guelph have bright blue gowns, while the honorary degree recipients have red. The University of Guelph crest represents our institution's specific history. The stallion above represents our connection to the Royal City of Guelph, the book to the liberal arts, the astrolabe to the sciences, and the cornucopia, our connection to abundance and agriculture. The motto for the crest, Rerum cognoscere causas, is a quote from Virgil. It is variously translated to be either happy is the one who is able to ascertain the reason of things, or perhaps to know the meaning of things. Now to the ceremony itself. The procession of people into the hall is also influenced by ancient tradition. The graduands will be the first to enter, heralding the start of the ceremony. The graduands will be followed by the arrival of the mace, which will lead the platform party. The mace is a symbol of authority of the university and will be carried by the beadle. In medieval universities, a beadle was chosen by the instructor to work as an assistant. Today, the beadle is the ceremonial officer of Senate. Following the beadle and mace is the chancellor, the president, members of the administration and the honorees, fellows of the university, members of the board and senate, and members of faculty and staff. The ceremony will be organized by college. We will begin with doctorates and magisteriates, followed by the baccalaureate degrees. The name reader will present scholars by degree category. As the name of each student is called, the beadle will place the hood over the recipient's shoulders. This moment will be captured, and there will be a simultaneous live webcast of the event to allow family members and friends to watch from a distance. Each student will pause at center stage, and a photograph will be taken. We understand the joy and excitement accompanying such an auspicious occasion, but we ask that you hold your cumulative applause until after each group of graduates has crossed the stage. We assure you there will be an opportunity for truly thunderous applause before the ceremony ends. Once all the degrees are conferred and all the cheers are cheered, the Chancellor will close the ceremony and a recessional will play. We would ask that you please remain standing during the recessional until the platform party has processed out of the hall, and then remain at your seat for a brief closing announcement about the reception that follows and instructions on a phased dismissal. Welcome to Convocation at the University of Guelph.
Please stand as you're able for the graduating class.
Ani, we give thanks to the Creator. We acknowledge the world around us and understand our place within it. We acknowledge and offer our respect to the many nations that walked this land in the past, the many nations that walk it today, and welcome you to the treaty lands and territory of the Mississaugas of the Anishinaabe. Sacred trust, we are the keepers of this land. She shelters and sustains us. Long after the flesh fails the spirit, we will care for this land. Our drums will be heard upon the wind, our voices in the rustle of the leaf. Our people have a sacred trust for the land, a trust no man may break, a trust that death cannot sever. We were here when you first stepped foot upon this land, and here we will remain long after the last step has disturbed your soil.
As an institution committed to learning, research, and to improving life, we are on a journey of transformative acts toward reconciliation. We acknowledge our role in strengthening relationships with First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples, and in upholding our responsibilities as treaty partners and citizens. We know there's much work to do here and across Canada, and we are dedicated to taking these next steps together towards a brighter future. We would ask you to please remain standing as you're able and welcome Effie Honeywell for today's national anthem.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
We live in a country that values freedom, in a society that recognizes the dignity of every person. We live in a time of peace. We have been blessed. We have been given the opportunity to learn in a school that strives for excellence by people of wisdom and compassion. We have been blessed. We have been supported by family, accompanied by friends, and challenged by the world around us to grow through our experiences. Let us enter this present moment with grateful hearts, mindful of what we have received, for we have a future filled with hope. We have been truly blessed. Amen. Please be seated.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mary Ann Chambers, and I'm proud to serve as Chancellor of the University of Guelph. I am a daughter of the Caribbean island of Jamaica. 48 years ago, my husband and I chose Canada to be our home, the place to raise our 2 young sons. I made a commitment then, as I do now, that we would be good for Canada and Canada would be good for us. I see that as entirely consistent with the University of Guelph's commitment to improve life. The scope of that, the needs, and the opportunities are limitless. They are local and they are global. My story is not unique, but perhaps because I have been willing to share it, I have had the pleasure of meeting students, staff, and faculty who have generously shared their stories and their passion for this very special university with me. I have also been touched by retired faculty and staff who have expressed interest in mentoring current students, reminding me that they have a lot of experience and knowledge to share. I think all of this points to the many benefits that the University of Guelph is able to offer as a leading comprehensive university and one of the highest ranked research universities in Canada. A community large enough to cover a broad range of subject areas in a variety of disciplines, while also being the right size for ensuring that everyone can feel that they belong here, where professors know their students and genuinely care about their success, and exceptional staff welcome the opportunity to support the achievement of that success. Here's evidence of that on the platform with all of these seats taken by faculty and staff members and the presence of one of the vice chairs of the Board of Governors, Tom Menno. We must continue to explore and to learn. Addressing climate change and food insecurity is critical to the survival of our planet. Issues like global health, geopolitical instability, and cybersecurity are demonstrating clearly that geographical borders are man-made, easily breached, and increasingly irrelevant. And it is undeniable that artificial intelligence is as much about ethics, sociology, and human psychology as it is about technology and massive amounts of data. Graduates, I mention these realities to remind you that you are absolutely essential to the well-being of each other and to engage you because among you are the brightest minds from every academic discipline, researchers and innovators who have crucial roles to play. When I think of the integrated and multidisciplinary approaches modeled by the One Health Initiative, for example, in recognizing the various ways that human beings, plant life, and animal life are impacted by these kinds of challenges, it becomes obvious that there are connections, collaborations, and partnerships required everywhere. There are also tremendous opportunities. You are building upon a foundation established by high achievers from every college of this university. I hope you have a sense of what is possible. I want you to aspire to greatness. Most of all, I want you to make your lives matter because our world truly needs you to do so. The world should be a better place because you have lived. I am thinking the lyrics of a song written by John Bettis and Albert Hammond for the 1988 Seoul Olympics, and made popular by singer Whitney Houston might help to capture those sentiments. I want one moment in time when I'm more than I thought I could be, when all of my dreams are a heartbeat away, and the answers are all up to me. You're a winner for a lifetime if you seize that one moment in time, make it shine. As you embrace the joy and satisfaction of these moments and look with optimism and courage towards the next chapters in your lives, I wish you continued success. And I ask that you remember how you have gotten this far. I am thinking about those who have cared so much about you and have often made significant sacrifices to enable you to dream big. If you're able to do so, this would be a good time to stand, turn around, and applaud all who have helped you get to this point. Thank you. I also know from conversations I've had with students that some have had to work hard under difficult personal circumstances to achieve their dreams. I admire and applaud the strength, resilience, and determination that you have all demonstrated. In 2009, Susan Boyle, a British singer, surprised and amazed the audience and judges of a Britain's Got Talent show. In the eyes of many, she was thought unlikely to have such outstanding talent and such an unquestionably beautiful voice. Years later, Susan Boyle would be the first singer to record a song entitled Who I Was Born to Be. The lyrics were written by Andra May, the grandniece of Judy Garland. Your parents and grandparents can tell you who Judy Garland was. I'm going to share some of those lyrics with you today because I think they might resonate with anyone who has had to work hard to overcome challenges, barriers, or doubt in order to achieve their big dreams. Dreams like what we are here to celebrate today. And so here am I, open arms and ready to stand. I've got the world in my hands, and it feels like my turn to fly. Though I may not know all the answers, I can finally say I'm free. And if the questions led me here, then I am who I was born to be. So, graduates, please always be in awe of the world in which we live. Whether you view life through a social justice lens or through the creative spirit of an artist, remember why you chose to pursue a university education. I would like to believe you did so not only to improve yourselves and your prospects for the future, but also to improve life for others. I believe you will find that there will be many more opportunities, many more moments for you to shine. Remain close to the University of Guelph. This will always be your alma mater. Be very proud of that. I wish you the very best, always.
Good afternoon. I'm Sharada Srinivasan, a faculty member in the Department of Sociology and Anthropology in the College of Social and Applied Human Sciences. I'm honored to be standing in for Dr. Vikas Swarup, who nominated Dr. Lakshmanan for this honorary degree. Madam Chancellor, on the recommendation of the Senate of the University of Guelph, it's a great honor to present to you this candidate, Vaikuntham Iyer Lakshmanan, for the degree of Doctor of Laws honoris causa. Dr. V.I. Lakshmanan is a luminary whose transformative impacts spans diverse fields. They include metallurgy, entrepreneurship, public policy, philanthropy, and community welfare. His election as a fellow of the Canadian Academy of Engineering is a testament to those extraordinary achievements. Lakshmanan is not only an innovative scientist, but also a transformative entrepreneur. As chair of process research, he led the organization to pioneer techniques in hydrometallurgy and introduced novel water purification methods in Botswana and India. Lakshmanan has been an integral connection for fostering intellectual collaborations between Canada and India, co-founding organizations like the Indus Entrepreneurs, the Canada-India Foundation, and the Sringeri Vidya Bharati Foundation. He has taught and mentored countless others, particularly newcomers to Canada, who have gone on to prominent positions in industry and government. He's the only Indo-Canadian to have received the Pravasi Bharatiya Samman Award from the Government of India and to have been appointed an Officer of the Order of Canada. His compassion for people and for making the world a more equitable, affordable, and sustainable place are evidenced by the many humanitarian causes he has championed and his missions to Botswana. In the global pursuit of excellence, and in line with the University of Guelph's goal of improving life, Dr. Lakshmanan's holistic contributions to technology, entrepreneurship, public policy, philanthropy, and community welfare make him an exceptional choice for an honorary degree. I now ask you, Madam Chancellor, to confer upon Vaikuntham Iyer Lakshmanan the degree of Doctor of Laws honoris causa.
By the authority of the Senate of the University of Guelph, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Laws. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. Photo. Sharada. So have a seat for a little, and I will call upon you to speak shortly.
Good afternoon. My name is Mark Holmes. I'm the director for the School of Hospitality, Food, and Tourism Management in the Gordon S. Lang School of Business and Economics. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you Zoe Shriar, recipient of the Magistrate D.F. Forster Medal. Zoe is unable to attend today as she's competing in Edmonton for a place on the Canadian Olympic team. The D.F. Forster Medal Magistrate is one of the most prestigious graduate convocation awards at the University of Guelph, awarded annually to one convocating master's student who excels academically and in extracurricular activities. Named for former University of Guelph President Donald Forster, the award recognizes academic achievement, motivation, leadership, and citizenship. Madam Chancellor, it's my pleasure to present this year's recipient of the D.F. Forster Medal Magistrate, Zoe Schruar. Zoe is recognized for outstanding community service, academic excellence, and elite-level athletic accomplishments. As the top master's graduate within the Lang School of Business and Economics, Zoe's research focused on understanding consumer attitudes towards women's sport in Canada. As Lang Chair in Sport Management, Dr. Anne Peguero has said that Zoe has set a standard for excellence for the next generation of scholars to aspire to. Zoe's research with the International Institute for Sport Business and Leadership has had significant impact at the local and national levels, including the Canadian Paralympic Committee. At the same time, Zoe has been committed to the highest level of athletics as a varsity athlete, excelling individually as part of a team in track and field. She represented Canada at the World Athletic Championships as a member of the women's 4x400 relay team, ultimately helping them to qualify for the 2024 Paris Olympics. Her accolades include being named a top 8 academic All-Canadians for youth sports, one of only 3 Guelph students to have received this honor, the President's Trophy, and the University of Guelph Female Athlete of the Year. During her time at the University of Guelph, Zoe has provided community leadership, serving as a student-athlete mentor, an academic peer helper, a camp counselor for the Griffin Track and Field summer camps, and a volunteer with a local elementary after-school physical fitness and literacy program. Zoe's tireless efforts to advance equality in sport demonstrates a commitment to improve life and exemplify what the Lang School aspires to instill in students, proving that she is a deserving of this year's D.F. Forster Medal. Please join me in congratulating Zoe, who will be watching this live stream.
I am now pleased to invite Dr. Lakshmanan to deliver the convocation address. Thank you.
Chancellor Chambers, President Yates, members of the board, members of the Senate, academic staff, graduating students, parents of the students, friends. It is my privilege, Madam Chancellor, me standing here to receive the honor that you have bestowed on me, giving me the degree Doctor of Laws, honoris cause. When I came to this great country, Canada, about 50 years back, after spending about 5 years teaching at the University of Birmingham in England, little did I expect that I'll be here receiving this award, one of the best university in this great country, God's country we call Canada, university which is recognized all over the world for its contribution in the field of science and engineering, particularly in agriculture, veterinary science, food processing, and else. Madam Chancellor, I'm very grateful for the award that you have bestowed on me. Thank you very much. Friends, this great country, Canada, receives people like you, many of us, year in and year after. My journey in this country, Canada, not alone took me to serve in cities like Ottawa, Montreal, and Toronto, but little did I expect it will take me to far-off land like Uranium City, northern Saskatchewan, to work under Beaver Lodge mine, many feet underground, ma'am. That is a unique experience. It also gave me an opportunity to see how great this country is. Shore to shore, 4,000 miles, giving opportunity with open hands for the immigrants becoming citizens to contribute this great land. During my course of time serving for the industry resource sector, it gave me opportunity to get to meet many scientists, engineers, also teach at the University of McMaster, University of Toronto, get to know the richness of this great country. It helped me to understand and contribute extracting resources, extracting valuable metals from the resources in this country. Valuable metals using technology, what we call hydrometallurgy as part of metallurgy. Friends, today we talk about critical metals. Critical metals in the new economy, whether it is electric vehicles or strategic metals or strategic industry, these metals play a major role, and hydrometallurgy, it plays a major role in bringing these metals from Mother Earth. Not alone that we learn how to get it, but also as time goes on, whether it's CO2 emission, greenhouse gas emission, how to manage it responsibly using sustainable technologies, using responsible technologies, using the great resource of water responsibly. We in Canada are blessed with nearly 26% of drinking water, with a population of 40 million people. The world at large has 8 billion people. Friends, not alone that we have to use the resources responsibly using technologies which are sustainable, but also we have to pass on the resources to our children for the future generation responsibly. The country gave me a chance not alone develop technology, but also take it to other countries like India, in Africa, in Botswana. Had the privilege of working with great engineers like Senthil Nathan, putting up a plant in a place called, in a state called Orissa, taking water from a great river called Mahanadi, giving drinking water to the poor people in villages. This is Canadian technology working with the Eureka folks. We took it to India. My colleague Jonathan Chen is here. He was part of the team, helped us to make it happen. During this journey, not alone that we met scientists and engineers in Canada, also gave me an opportunity to work with a great visionary, Abdul Kalam, late President of India. Working with him helped me to understand nearly 3 billion people in 8 billion population live in rural communities. He developed what is called Vision 2020 for India, working under Prime Minister Vajpayee. In that, he addressed the needs of the villages, bringing the concept of Pura, providing urban amenities to rural areas. Through him, I understood the phenomenal opportunity to reduce the barrier between urban and rural population. After his passing, we initiated the concept of smart village. Smart village, we wrote a book with Professor Arun Chokalingam, Kalyan Sundaram, and Professor Murthy. Today it is used for planning for the rural communities, upliftment, and also academicians and students around the world. Friends, many immigrants, we all come here to learn, find a job, buy our groceries. But that may give you the living. But we need to live well. There is one guru in India, Sri Ravi Shankar. He talks about art of living. Friends, living, but living well, needs more than buying groceries and keeping your family going. Nobel laureate Rabindranath Tagore, when he came to Canada in 1920, he said, as was said by our Chancellor, we all enjoy the freedom, friends. We enjoy the freedom, the privilege that we enjoy. But also we have to carry our social responsibility, our obligation to serve. Giving is a great opportunity, whether you are young or old. It is not alone people like Bill Gates who established Gates Foundation to help the community, be it education, be it healthcare. Friend, what we have is contribution by many. We don't have to just seek billionaires to be contributing. We all, in our own way, have to find a way to contribute, to give. In Sanskrit, we say, Yada Shakti Tada Saukharyam. In Tamil, we say, Viralakku Tagunda Vikam. By that we mean, whatever you can afford to, make it a point to give. In the Indian epic we call Ramayana, when Lord Rama was building the bridge between India and Sri Lanka to bring his wife Sita back, the big monkeys were carrying boulders to throw into the water. But there was a little squirrel that was carrying a pebble to throw, and the monkeys were making fun out of the squirrel. Lord Rama said, encourage the squirrel to make more contribution. Whether you are rich or poor, young or old, we always together have to contribute to the great communities that we live. Our former Prime Minister Joe Clark once said, Canada is a community of communities. If we make our communities richer, not alone materially, but also on values. We had once a stalwart, Terry Fox. He was suffering with cancer, but he was a true leader who walked across the country to raise resources to fight against cancer. We are very proud. We are such wonderful leaders like Terry Fox. Even today, we have Terry Fox run across Canada raising funds to fight against cancer. Friends, what we also need to recognize is it is not philanthropists and people. In certain countries, you have CSR, corporate social responsibility, expecting people, companies to contribute certain percentage. But we do not have to wait only for corporations to be contributing. We all, in our course of life, kid in his or her pocket money may be able to spare some. The youth, the teenagers, can go and give time. It's not money alone. It is also your time. Money you put in the bank, you can draw it and do what you like. Time when you spend, it is more valuable. Once you expended it, you can't get it back. But give your time to the community, whether it is the old age home or hospitals or whatever it is. With the aging community in Canada, 40 million people, the needs of the aging people, be it old age homes, disabilities, or mental illness, all need resources. The government of Canada alone cannot be supporting the needs of its population of 40 million people. We need to take the social responsibility. Civil society has to make its own contribution. During my course of life, spent my time with Festival of Lights, working with June Calwood, Kappa this high, working for single parents, working for food banks, worked with families affected by Air India accident to give them comfort. Worked with leaders of Canada India Foundation, be it Ramesh Chotai, Ajit Someshwar, Vasu Chanchalani, Satish Thakkar, and else. Contributing, not alone buying groceries from your earning, but find a way to contribute to educational institution, contributing, Vasu did, Ramesh Bhai did, Anil did, helping universities like Waterloo, McMaster, William Osler with Satish, and Anil Shah with the Trillium, and many members from Canada India Foundation supporting the healthcare sector, whether it is UHN or whether it's William Osler or with Trillium. We in the society mobilize ourselves to support. And of course, it is not alone enough the community leaders doing that, but spiritually also trying to help the community, working with people like Dr. Parambat, with Sringeri Vidya Bharati Foundation, helping the community find the peace when you are elder, whatever it is. Make sure that spiritually also we can be working together. So the message that I want to impress upon you, don't wait till you retire to do what little you can to the community, but plan as part of your life the art of giving. As a child, in Sanskrit, as a brahmachari, unmarried, a grahastha, a married guy, or the old guys with vanaprastha, continue to engage yourself and learn the art of giving. Don't wait till you retire. When you reach the old age, make sure you may be able to contribute writing in your will part to the charity. In your working life, just the way you invest in RRSP, think about investing for the community, whatever little you can. So the art of giving continues from the time your mom and dad give you a few dollars to buy McDonald's or go to pizza, but also find a way to contribute in your own way. Because the governments alone, they spend nearly 40% of the spend for the health care. Government alone cannot be supporting what we need, particularly with the aging population in all the Western world. You need people in Canada. We're blessed. We have, with the open arm, we bring the young people from other countries to help us to pay the taxes and invest back to support the. I'm 84. Needs from people like me is maybe a large. So what we need to make sure, government alone cannot be helping the community, whether we need health care or education. The civil society has to mobilize itself to contribute. So together, we maintain the quality of life that we have, what we enjoy, what we cherish in this great country, Canada. Many of us, we look at our children, look at their IQ, intellectual quotient. IQ may be helping you to buy your groceries for material wealth, but you have to go beyond IQ. Think about EQ, your compassion, your communication skill, conflicts resolving. You need to make sure the emotional quotient also we grow with to produce more community leaders to guide the community. Steve Covey said it is very important the spiritual coefficient also coming along so that we can guide the communities. Friend, I mentioned about Vision 2020 for a country called India, developed by late President Kalam, working with the Prime Minister Vajpayee. When he developed Vision 2020 for the country India, working with academicians, bureaucrats, entrepreneurs, he went to a Maharshi, Swami Pramukh Swami Maharaj. He asked him, here we have developed, working with all these people, this great plan of Vision 2020. Swamiji, how do I make it happen? And the Swamiji said, Kalamji, go and find people who also have a spiritual mind. You'll find the leaders to make it happen. Well, you all know where a country like India is progressing with. So what I here want to say is not only enough to work for intellectual quotient, but also we need to confirm emotional quotient, which is very important for developing community leaders and also spiritual quotient. So what we need to do is not live for oneself, but live with the community, learning to give, whether it is funds, learning to give as time. So together we live in a great community, this great country, Canada, for peace and prosperity. We do it putting our efforts, learning to give back to the community, as Tagore said, meeting our social obligations. So together, let us make sure we continue to live in this great country, Canada, but also learn to give back to the community and build the community to live with peace and prosperity. I want to thank Chancellor for giving me an opportunity to receive the award from this great university, Guelph University, and thank you very much. I want to thank the graduate students. Make sure that as you progress in your life, give back to the community, be it funds or be it time. Make sure this community, through you, produces a lot of prime ministers, chancellors of universities, CEOs, making this country, Canada, as a great country that we live, and it sustains to live in peace and prosperity. Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity. Thank you.
My name is Byron Sheldrick, and I have the honor and privilege to serve as the Associate Vice President Academic here at the University of Guelph. I want to start by thanking Dr. Lakshmanan for his inspiring words and the very timely reminder, I think, that we should all cultivate the art of giving as we go through our lives. Graduates, now is the moment you have been waiting for. Will the graduating party and graduating class please rise? Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars who have fulfilled the statutory requirements laid down by the Senate of the University of Guelph, that they may be admitted to their various and several degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the University of Guelph, I hereby admit you to your various and several degrees, with all of the rights, privileges, and obligations appertaining thereto.
Will members of the graduating class please be seated?
Thanks, Byron. Good afternoon, I'm Sarah Mann. I'm the Dean of the Lang School of Business and Economics. Where are the Lang graduates sitting? Are we at this far end? Show of hands. Congratulations. I'm just going to tell a really quick story about Lang and why I think it's such a great business school. I recently got asked by the head football coach to tour a recruit at Lang. We were trying to get them here on the football team. So I met with the student and the father said to me, "Why should my son come here? Like, why is Lang a better business school than other business schools?" So for the Lang graduates, I want you to think for a second, how would you describe your experience here? So I immediately said, didn't even have to think about it, our students are collaborative, they work as a team, they care about each other, our faculty care about our students, and we use business as a force for good to make the world a better place. So again, show of hands, how many of you would have said something similar? If you can't see, they're all raising their hand. It felt really great. So then I toured the father and the son around the school, and I just randomly asked 6 people, could you give me some words to describe why you think Lang is such a great business school? And they all said the same thing. And the father actually thought I had scripted it and had it planned, but I hadn't spoken to any of these students before. And those are all the reasons why I'm so proud to be Dean of the Lang School of Business and Economics, and why I'm sure you're so proud to be a graduate. So we're very, very proud of everything that you've accomplished. In a minute, you're going to be asked to come across the stage. You're going to pause in the center so that you can be hooded, and I'll be greeting you at the other end of the stage to say congratulations. As for family and friends that are here today, I know you're excited. You can shout out, you can holler, we encourage it, but if we could ask for collective applause to wait until each group of graduates is done so that we can clearly hear everyone's names. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars for the Gordon S. Lang School of Business and Economics, that they may be presented with their various and several degrees.
Graduating with the degree of Doctor of Philosophy from the Gordon S. Lang School of Business and Economics, Mohammed Akbar. Yang Hung. Stephanie Melissa Villers. We're only 4 into the ceremony. Ali Reza Zolfagari. Please join me in congratulating all of our doctoral graduates. Graduating from the Gordon S. Lang School of Business and Economics with the degree Master of Arts, Connor Porazle. Benjamin John Richard Reeves. Grant Craig Paul Richard. I want to take a moment to acknowledge before I announce this next group of graduates, this is the first time this degree is being offered or being awarded on this stage at the University of Guelph. So please welcome the inaugural class from the Gordon S. Lang School of Business and Economics with the degree Master of Project Management. Wilberforce Boakier. Jacqueline Kumore. Nishant Malhotra. Nia Morrison. Sharnay Pusey. And Joanna Tay. Graduating from the Gordon S. Lang School of Business and Economics with the degree Master of Science, Olubunmi Falana. Matthew Charles Helsden. Rhonda Marie Huggins. Duan Nguyen. Cinderella Dinesh Verma. Huichuan Wang. Please join me in congratulating all of our Magisteria graduates from the Gordon S. Lang School of Business and Economics. Graduating from the Gordon S. Lang School of Business and Economics with the degree Bachelor of Arts Honors Program, Ty Farrell. Kelton Law with distinction. Lindsay Ribka. Divjot Singh. Graduating from the Gordon S. Lang School of Business and Economics with a degree Bachelor of Commerce, Dewey Abordo. Brett Addison with distinction. Majd Mohammed Alia. Kushman Kaur Bander with distinction. Mackenzie James Booth with distinction. Michael Angelo Boris. Daniela Buaba. Ryan Burgess. Daniel Ryan Cham with distinction. Trent Claysons with distinction. Kai Clark. Riley Elizabeth Gage Cooper. Elizabeth Dang. Zachary Stephen DeForest with distinction. Adam Carl DiFrancesco. Justice Dyson with distinction. Hayden James Flood. Noah Fortesky with distinction. Michael Anthony Gambarato. Harmon Garcha. Samuel Green with distinction. Harneet Kaur Gurwal. Harsh Singh Grewal. Nikola Grubasic. Evan Christopher Haley. Tyler Christian Herbst. Casey John Hicknell with distinction. Lauren Hinchliff. Haley Sabrina Hoffman. Puria Jafarikia. Ravnur Kaur with distinction. Shakil Ruel Kelman with distinction. Megan Diana Kopaz with distinction. Benjamin Lejard with distinction. Sochen Liu. Avi Mahajan with distinction. Emily Elizabeth Malcolm with distinction. Marcel Daniel Mariak with distinction. Olivia Marion. Holly Lynn McKee. Nemanja Macheta. Kolia Morita with distinction. Nicholas Munuchos. Brian James Murchie. Benjamin Thomas Naylor with distinction. Naweed Nazari. William Nemi. Alisa Ney. Jesse Pada. Sean Pasqua with distinction. Brandon Joseph Paul. Juan Ramirez. Sean Magnus Rand. Nitharsa Raviswaran. Anna Ristevska with distinction. Gavin John Roberts with distinction. Jackson Pierce Rude with distinction. Ethan Rotzert Smith. Michael Alexander Rutherford. Sandra Elizabeth Salou. Keith Seahaver with distinction. Arshdeep Sethi with distinction. Amin Sadiq with distinction. Kobe Gardner Smith. Deanna Soda with distinction. Brana Suri. Matthew Malcolm George Stamper with distinction. Anthony Mark Trena with distinction. Ethan James Tayo with distinction. Connor William Van Dyke with distinction. Colleen Walser. Ryan Wong. Lance Austin James Wynn. Jared Sebastian Wong. Hui-Ting Xu. Please join me in congratulating all the baccalaureate graduates from the Gordon S. Lang School of Business and Economics.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Richard Zentner, and I'm the Interim Dean of the College of Engineering Physical Sciences, where our learning and research disciplines span chemistry, computer science, engineering, mathematics, and statistics, and physics. Today marks a pivotal moment in your life. After spending the past 4 years, or 5, with us, you are now heading to your next adventure, a career in science, technology, or math. Careers that will both sustain your livelihood and provide lifelong opportunities to be a change maker in the world that needs dynamic young people like yourselves to question the status quo and to drive change. You are not alone. The University of Guelph has been training natural scientists, mathematicians, and computer scientists for over 150 years, and it's with the first days of the Ontario Agriculture College in 1894. Although in the beginning these studies were framed within subjects like agriculture and veterinary science, we can all recognize the relativity of STEM to much of the world. During your time here, you have delved into mysteries of the universe, discovered the why and the how behind human and planetary health, or how things work. You've studied and experimented, and perhaps now have more questions than ever. You've spent your last 4 years here driven by a pursuit to learn, explore, and understand. But your journey isn't done yet. As the innovators and scientists of the world, we have a responsibility to use our knowledge to improve life for all. Whether you do this through research, developing new technologies, or forming policy, you have the power to shape the future for generations to come. So today I ask you to pause, look at your peers, and celebrate your collective successes together. To know that these same faces are your strongest network as you move into your professional careers. To recognize that the U of G stands with you and can be counted on for support today and always. As you take this next step, keep your spirit bright and carry courage to challenge convention and the ability to acknowledge that you still have much to learn. So please stay in touch. We look forward to hearing about you as what you accomplish in the future. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Engineering and Physical Sciences, that they may be presented with their various and several degrees.
Graduating from the College of Engineering and Physical Sciences with the degree Bachelor of Arts Honors Program, Noah Betker with distinction. Joseph Samuel Fingold. Ravneet Gill. Graduating from the College of Engineering and Physical Sciences with the degree Bachelor of Arts, General Program. Madison Marie Lucia Witt. Graduating from the College of Engineering and Physical Sciences with the degree Bachelor of Computing Honors Program, Sakif Abrar. Lukman Naji Mohammed Alajnaf. Zaid Al-Gayali with distinction. Abdallah Nasser Al-Karaz. Ali Asjad. Charlotte Loretta Deanna Barnes with distinction. Nico Belio. Michelle Berry with distinction. Aaron Bester with distinction. Meg Bavsar with distinction. Olivia Biancucci with distinction. Dipto Biswas with distinction. Akil Bora with distinction. Maxim Brochin with distinction. Mohammed Hasher Butt. Remus Kalogorescu with distinction. Julian Carpenter Fournier with distinction. Aaron Castellino. Christian Catalano with distinction. Rithik Chaudhary with distinction. Anthony Edward Koliakovo with distinction. Robert Colinardi. Jose Cortez. Nigel Davis with distinction. Wissam Dayoub. Eric Robert Deering with distinction. Andrew DeBile. Arjun Dillon. Anthony Dipp with distinction. Dean DeMello with distinction. Thomas Driscoll with distinction. Luke Dubé. Eddie Duchime with distinction. Mena El Sabon. Ryan Farrell. Kyle Finley with distinction. Cameron John Fraser with distinction. Gregory Anderson French with distinction. Sarah Jane Gallagher with distinction. Sukraj Garcha with distinction. Dylan James Goodman with distinction. Samuel Gilbo with distinction. Tiffany Halashak with distinction. Shiza Hashmi. Brenton David Hoth with distinction. Kurt Burt Hoove with distinction. Musab bin Imran. Patrick Yaroshevsky with distinction. Lucas Jarrett. Arisha Jat. Laiba Javed with distinction. Leo Jang. Nathaniel Robert Johnson with distinction. Tulasi Madhuri Jyotiravi with distinction. Raghib Kabir. Mackenzie Keene with distinction. Asim Ali Khan. Afan Ullah Khan. Hamad Ahmad Khan. Abdullah Khan. Sanveer Kankan with distinction. Evan Killoran with distinction. Justin Klein with distinction. Dhruv Lakiani with distinction. Michael Lamb with distinction. Bianca Laube Benini with distinction. Josh Ryan Macadangdang. Dawson McPhee with distinction. Ivan Odile Bunyi Magtangab. Manmeet Man. Matthew McCardle with distinction. Nathaniel Joseph McGuire. Isabella McIver with distinction. Elizabeth Sheila McKenna with distinction. Alif Siraj Merchant with distinction. Cheyenne Mohammed with distinction. Rehan Nagur Mohideen with distinction. Rachel Mole with distinction. Jean-Pierre Moualem. Brittany Mueller with distinction. Amir Mushani with distinction. Arjun Nair with distinction. Hiram Nante with distinction. Matthew Curtis Ng with distinction. Roxy Oak. Mahek Patel. Martin Waldemar Pelka. Joshua Perry with distinction. Thomas Fan with distinction. Braden David Scott Pritchard with distinction. Janani Raghuram with distinction. Pradapan Rajendran. Kushi Rajput. Ibrahim Saqib Rather. Nash Anton Rudiak with distinction. Jordan Randall James Rutina. Abdullah Saad with distinction. Arnab Sagar with distinction. Muhammad Salman with distinction. Carter Savage. Roman Savelyev. Ethan Scruton with distinction. Jacob Seraphin. Ali Reza Sharif with distinction. Ryan Shepard with distinction. Shamsi Shinin with distinction. Emma Lorraine Bond Short with distinction. Avik Singh. Hari Krishan Singh. Mackenzie Gray Starkybaum with distinction. Robert Stegman with distinction. Kyler Swanson with distinction. Marie Gabrielle Tumptse with distinction. Megan Tibbles with distinction. Sarah Joanne Toll with distinction. Harsh J. Topiwala with distinction. Pham Sky Trong with distinction. Austin Ho Yi Van Brockel with distinction. Nicholas Ian Powell Vinden with distinction. Luka Vukodinovic with distinction. Jacob Jeffrey Wadsworth. Jacob Wozniak with distinction. Bryson Wright with distinction. Malcolm Benjamin Wright with distinction. Natalie Ikema with distinction. Usman Zahir with distinction. T-Man Zheng with distinction. Graduating from the College of Engineering and Physical Sciences with the degree of Bachelor of Computing, General Program. Hamna Ahmed. Nicole Ekovitz with distinction. Samuel Harter with distinction. Harris Khalid Javed with distinction. Agam Singh Kapoor. Sonia Kowajechuk with distinction. Madison Cosdras. Trevor Louis. Igor Masarsky. Esther Ogechukwukwa Nwachukwu with distinction. Aiden Penhusen. Arshia Sandhu. Arya Soni. Andrei Takhtamirov with distinction. Manas Verma. Graduating from the College of Engineering and Physical Sciences with the degree Bachelor of Science Honors Program. Noor Khalid Abdul Hamid. Abigail Jean Anderson. Alexander Jason Christopher Adder. Nicole Belmonte. Ashley Lee Yu Chen with distinction. Molly Cook. Marina DePaulis. Phone call. Reese Campbell Deemer. Ava Deneen with distinction. Sophia Nicole DePaula with distinction. Victoria Heather Dubchiak with distinction. Jason Kenneth Dudley. Justine Francis Ann Erb. Christopher Faith with distinction. Logan Chester Fanning with distinction. Mackenzie Melva Boyd Finney. Ashley Nicole Geddes with distinction. Brandon Joseph Giles. Hannah Shao Yura Glovatsky with distinction. Quade Hawkins with distinction. Mackenzie Hooper with distinction. Nicholas George Horton with distinction. Madison Hughes with distinction. Anya Yawadrechuk. Paige Christine Canters. Noor Kashlan. Peter Yunjung Kim with distinction. Kayla Kopel with distinction. Jasmine Corticas. Larissa Karukas with distinction. Camille Haley Law with distinction. Jade Lowe. Melissa Lofin with distinction. Madison Rose Lunick with distinction. Ria Gishtika Mahadu. Zachary Meyer. Hannah Milford with distinction. Rola Mohammed Nasif. Olivia Grace Parker with distinction. Mateo Pavlovich with distinction. Sabria Shoheli Rahman with distinction. Ashley Ramkisoon. Jaden Reckley. Emma Rohde with distinction. Ryan Rosniak with distinction. Teresa Scott. Elizabeth Sharon with distinction. Ricky Andrew Summerlin with distinction. Jacob William Trollope. Grace Voudry. Kelby Vogel with distinction. Avery Wesener with distinction. Inika Wilkinson with distinction. Celeste Michelle Kamo-Walski with distinction. Elika Yarkani. At the beginning of the ceremony, we showed a video, and the voice in that video, which was me, told you there would be a moment for truly thunderous applause. This is that moment.
Madam Chancellor, I would ask you confer the various and several degrees on the graduates listed in the program but unable to be present at this ceremony.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the University of Guelph, I confer the various and several degrees in absentia on the graduates not present.
Hello, my name is Gwen Chapman, and I have the pleasure of serving as the Provost and Vice President Academic here at the University of Guelph, and I am also delighted to be able to join you here today to celebrate the class of 2024. As we come to the close of this momentous ceremony, I want to extend my heartfelt congratulations to each and every one of our graduates. Today marks the culmination of years of hard work, dedication, and perseverance. It is a day of joy, celebration, and reflection on the incredible journey that you have undertaken to reach this significant milestone. To our graduates, you have navigated the challenges of rigorous academic programs, adapted to unprecedented changes, and demonstrated resilience in the face of adversity. Your time here at the University of Guelph has equipped you with not only the knowledge and skills needed for your chosen paths, but also the values and character that will guide you in making meaningful contributions to our world. As you step forward to the next chapter of your lives, remember that your connection to this university does not end here. You are now part of a vibrant and diverse alumni community that spans the globe. Stay connected, support one another, and continue to embody the spirit of inquiry, innovation, and service that defines a Guelph graduate. To the families and friends who have supported our graduates throughout their academic journey, thank you. Your encouragement and belief in their potential has been instrumental in their success. So today we celebrate not only the achievements of our graduates, but also the unwavering support of those who stood by them. To our dedicated faculty and staff, your commitment to excellence in education and your unwavering support of our students has also made this day possible. Thank you for your passion, dedication, and tireless efforts in nurturing the next generation of leaders, thinkers, and innovators. Graduates, as you leave this campus, I urge you to carry forward the values that have been instilled in you during your time here. Embrace the challenges ahead with courage and conviction. Remain curious and open to new learning experiences, and strive to make a positive impact in whatever path you choose. Before we part, I invite you to take a moment to reflect on your journey with us. We've prepared a special video titled Moments as a reminder of the incredible experiences, friendship, and growth that has defined your time here at the University of Guelph.
Your university experience is made up of moments. From the moment you opened your acceptance letter, survived online enrollment, and packed the moving van, your adventure began. From the nerves of being a first-year student who chose to make Guelph their home, you became part of a community. From the days you met your first roommates, made your first university friends, and moved into your first apartment, your social circle grew. From the times you missed your family, weren't sure if university was for you, then bravely decided that it was, you gained courage. From the late night study sessions, to the early morning exams, and finishing your projects at the very last minute, you proved to yourself that you could do it. From the summer jobs, the co-op terms, and the contacts you made in your field of study, you turned your classroom learning into practical experience. From the football games, the campus clubs, and the groups you were the beating heart of, you showed that nothing is stronger than a Guelph connection. From the moment you donned your gown, crossed the stage, and got the degree you worked so hard to earn, you have been part of something special. From the University of Guelph, we say thank you. Thank you for contributing to a culture and reputation that's unlike any university in Canada. Thank you for innovating, striving for excellence, and helping us to improve life. Thank you for continuing your relationship with the university as mentors, advocates, and proud alumni. Thank you for sharing some of your most important moments with us. Congratulations, and thank you for forever being a Griffin. Welcome to the alumni family.
I hope some of those images brought back some fond memories of your time here, whether it's the late nights of study, breakthrough moments of understanding, and a camaraderie with your peers. I hope those memories will serve as a foundation of strength and inspiration as you move forward. So in closing, I want to leave you with one final thought. The world needs your talent, your energy, and your compassion. As you embark on your new journey, remember that you have the power to shape the future and to contribute to a better, more just, and sustainable world. Congratulations once again, class of 2024. We are incredibly proud of you, and we eagerly await the remarkable achievements you will accomplish in the years to come. Go forth with confidence and know that the University of Guelph will always be your home. Thank you.
So just a quick announcement on the final stages of Convocation to let you know how this will all go momentarily. In just a few moments, I'm going to invite our bagpiper front and center, and our bagpiper, Barry, will play our platform party off. We would ask you all to stand at that point. As soon as you hear that bagpipe music, I will let you know. And then after that, the graduates would usually follow to the bagpipe music, but we're going to hold you back for a moment, and you're going to leave to different music, and I'll explain that in a little bit. To the friends and families, the instinct as you see the grads leave is to get up and leave, I would ask you to please remain at your seats. We're going to do a quick little phased dismissal. It'll only take a couple of minutes. I want to make sure you, A, know where you're going, B, don't block the hallways so that the graduates can get an unimpeded route over to the reception, and C, I pretty much promise you you're going to end up behind a locked door somewhere along the way if you don't wait till I explain where you're going. So wait for 2 minutes with me. I promise it'll be worth it. So with that, we'll invite our bagpiper front and center. But as is the tradition here at the University of Guelph, the final word on convocation shall come from our Chancellor.
Convocation is dismissed.
Convocation is dismissed. Please stand as you're able. I'm going to ask you to go this way instead of the step, okay? See you in the morning. One of these days I'll get that right. 63 ceremonies and counting. Okay, so like I said, traditionally, grads, you would leave now to the bagpipe music as well.